Yeah, there was a super quick slowdown, and I don't want to be stuck in there. So I saw that there was an exit, like 5 inches away from where I was. And I thought I shouldn't try to do this while I am on the phone. So anyway, that's all done, and it was safe. And a nice big truck driver let me in, and that was lovely. And now I'm just going to do a turnaround and go back the other way. So, yeah, so nothing. He didn't do any of that stuff that I expected. So now I'm paying attention, right? Whereas before I was just sort of noting it, but not really paying attention to it. So as I'm watching, he goes up to the guy and starts talking to him. And then he takes his shoe off and shows it to the older guy, and then puts it down next to the older guy's foot. And that is the first time where I realized that this guy has no shoes on. He just has socks on. I didn't even notice that this guy didn't have shoes on. So it turns out this photographer dude, what is he doing? He is offering this gentleman his shoes. The shoes that he was wearing off of his own feet. And I'm sitting there in the car like, what are the odds of seeing this in real time as it's happening, right? It felt like, what's that dude from the BBC where he's like, this is the natural photographer in the wild. It's like the Allender, that's not the name. I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, and so I'm watching this, and the older guy's like, waving his hands back and forth and shaking his head. He's like, no, I don't need that. And the photographer guy is just smiling and gesturing. It's like, come on over. So the elderly guy comes over, sits down at the picnic table, and the younger photographer dude proceeds to put his shoes on the man's feet. Not just handing them to him and saying, here you go, buddy, take good care of him. No! Holy cow! He kneels down in front of this dude, this elderly person who's been shuffling around the park in his socks, which I didn't even notice he had socks on. I was just watching him thinking, what's this? I haven't seen this guy in this red shirt, Photographer dude takes his shoes off, puts them on this gentleman's feet, and then while he's kneeling down, he ties them up for him. Like the gentleman is a beloved pregnant wife, and this guy is like, here, sweetheart, let me put your shoes on. I know you don't even remember that your feet are down here anymore because your belly's so big, but I'll put your shoes on for you. Or like a dad with a little kid, right? Like, here, sit down here, sweetheart. I know you don't know how to tie these darn shoes yet, especially these laces that are round and they're always, just coming untied. But here, I'll tie them for you. It was just so beautiful. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I was in shock. It's like, and I felt like when you're watching like a hummingbird at your bird feeder or something, you're like, shh, don't scare it away. Let's watch what happens. And I kept looking around my car. It's like, do I have anything to offer this? Do I have anything to contribute to this beautiful tableau that I'm seeing right in front of my eyes? And the answer was no. I didn't have anything. I have some half-eaten cashews, and I've got some half-drunk water, and I've got, my husband's car full of music equipment, and I've got a driver's license and a credit card and a phone and a hat, And I'm sitting there like, there's nothing I can do to contribute to this. I'm just going to sanctify it, right? I'm just going to bless it. I'm just going to see it, to witness it. And as I was pulling out, the photography dude was packing his stuff up, and I caught his eye, and I gave him like a thank you gesture. And maybe he doesn't know ASL or something, so he didn't really know what I was saying. So then I just gave him that was really great, and he sort of nodded at me. So I mean, maybe he would have preferred that nobody had seen what he was doing, but that's too bad, because I did see what he was doing. And it was just so, like, I teared up as I was driving out of the parking lot. Like, this park just witnessed 3.5 hours of soft-hearted generosity and kindness. And I kept thinking, like it should look different, right? Like the park, like the grass should be greener somehow, or the flowers should all bloom, or, you know, like some sort of physical indication of what just happened here. But no, it just, you know, looked like it looked before we all got there. There's something to be learned there. There's something about things being special even when they don't look special. I don't know. But I was really grateful to get to witness that moment of this young man taking the shoes off of his own feet and physically putting them on in such a kind and servant-hearted way, putting them on the feet of this gentleman who was just shuffling through the park. And so I was really grateful. But now I'm driving home in the traffic, trying not to hit anybody, trying not to get hit. I didn't see them coming. All right, I gotta turn this off. Bye, guys.